Welcome back to Championship Court here at the USTA National Tennis Center as we get set for our men's gold medal match between the 7th-seeded William Sobek and the unseeded qualifier Velickovic, nicknamed Wolf. Guys, what should we expect to see between these two?
Yeah, I mean, for Velickovic, I was watching him warm up this morning. I watched him on Thursday. He hits every ball so flat and with so much spin. On this surface and with this ball, everything stays down, but he has the touch, he has the control to be able to hit the spots and move that ball around like he wants. He was tested a couple of times with a few 3-game matches, losing the first game, but he was able to make the adjustments and come back. So what that tells me is that he's going to make quick adjustments in this. If Sobeck starts moving him around, trying to get into that cat and mouse type play, Velickovic is going to switch it up. He's going to put more pressure on Sobeck in this one.
Well, and I think that's the key for Sobeck, is he's got to play slower. Now, nothing against William. William doesn't have the biggest drive in the game. He's not going to hit passing shots against Velickovic, in my opinion. He's got to play similar to a game style that we told or wanted Megan Fudge to play, a little more third shot drop. Bring Velickovic to the kitchen line and see what he can do from there. They did play earlier, not today, but earlier in the week, and Velickovic came out on top in 3 games. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Both these players very familiar with each other, and I'm going to like to see, who's going back and forth and who's talking and who's getting a little cocky early on here in this matchup, because both these players are known to be a little chirpy. We'll say that.
Chirpy and then some if you watch the men's winners bracket final. And Dom, to your point, Velickovic won 5 matches on Thursday to make his way into the gold medal match, defeating Sobeck 7-11, 11-6, 11-9 in 3 to move on. Sobeck coming through the back draw, defeating Medina Alvarez in a tough 3-setter in the bronze medal match as well. But something to consider, Sobeck also played doubles. He played mixed doubles. Velickovic only in the singles draw, so he's been a little bit more rested here over the last couple of days. How much does that come into play?
Well, and he had to win 3 qualifying. That was the day before. So he played 3 qualifiers on Wednesday, 5 matches on Thursday. But he doesn't look tired. He doesn't look, like he's out of it or anything, and that by no means at all. He is ready to go. He's had 2 days off, so be ready for this. So I don't think that's going to play as much of a factor as it may possibly for William, as he's been playing every day in every event here so far this weekend.
In his run through the draw, Velickovic has taken down the 8 seed, the 1 seed, the 5 seed, and the 7 seed. So he's been tested. Of course, it's always tough to beat the same player twice within the same tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know that Sobeck's going to come in and make his adjustments from Thursday. Sobeck's made some really good runs on the singles side last month and a half. Really being deceptive. The one thing that Sobeck has is he gets to just about every ball, and every ball is going to come back.
They were all smiles right there coming to the neck. Are Velickovic and Sobeck, but now it's time to go to war here in game 1.
We just rang the bell.
Ding, ding.
Well, Velickovic pulled Sobeck as he came off the court following that winner's bracket final that he hoped he won because he wanted to do it again. And he got his wish, but it may be a situation where
we got to get a shot.
You have to get a shot
of
of the water bottles. That's Nadal-esque right there. There's 2 rain, storm, clean energy. There's a red drink. There's 3 water bottles, and he's all lined them up. And then the Tervis water bottle over there as well.
And already a fist pump like Nadal. I'm sure if you compare Velickovic to one of the best tennis players of all time, he'll take that.
After 1 point.
Yeah, Velickovic getting fired up already. That was one of the things that he was working on in the warm-up here before we started today, is the rolls and being able to kind of feed into that cat and mouse game a little bit more. As I say that, he slaps one straight in the bottom of the net.
Well, then you're going to see, too, difference from the female game to the men's game. The men are going to come up to the kitchen line pretty much immediately every time. Oh, that's a good forehand there from William Sobeck.
1-1 here in game number 1. Men's gold medal match. And a miss hit from Velickovic. He was looking to go backhand down the line.
Yeah, he was kind of questioning whether that ball was going to stay in or not.
A touch from Sobeck, making Velickovic really move across the court.
Yeah, and that's the court coverage from Sobeck as well. Like I said, he's going to get to just about every ball, but he's also going to keep moving Velickovic around. Sobeck moving a lot better on the court than Velickovic right now.
Just long.
And that's the ball that's going to be very successful for Sobeck. You see his third shot, he dropped it in, forced Velickovic to play it off the bounce, and he went long.
Another big swing from Velickovic, and quickly he finds himself down 1-5.
Yeah, and again, Sobeck moving the ball around. He's stretching Velickovic from sideline to sideline. Like you said, Dom, not a whole lot of power on it. If Velickovic lets that higher ball go, that's still going to land in, because he's just going for spots, trying to get Velickovic off balance, knowing that he's going to be able to cover the next ball coming back and send it the other way.
Well, that's the key, Chad, is that if Sobeck is going to want to drive a ball, he literally has to go sideline to sideline. I mean, a foot within the sideline to stretch Velickovic out and keep him on the move. If he drives the ball to the middle of the court, Velickovic is going to be able to put that ball away. But William has done a very good job here early, keeping him fully stretched.
We spent a lot of time already talking about Velickovic. If you take a look at Sobeck for a second, he's had opportunities to play on Championship Sunday. This is the first time he's broken through part of that next gen. If he's able to pull this out, what would that do for his future and setting him up as he continues to move through as a professional?
Well, it's gonna feed his confidence. You know, he's fallen a couple of times to the Johnson brothers, having opportunities within those. So this is just going to give him some confidence.
Monster overhead from Velickovic.
Yeah, much better setup there for Velickovic. He had Sobeck on the move here, sideline to sideline, and able to put that last one away.
1-5.
Good point control and construction.
Pushes the forehand wide as Sobeck continuing to really work cross-court those angles, make it really tough for Velickovic.
5-1.
He's dead sprint across the court, getting to his next service spot after he hits that winner down the line.
6-1. Side out.
Better return there from Velickovic. Went heavy backspin on that forehand return. Ball stayed down. Sobeck not able to pick it up.
What a shot!
Wow.
Oh, he shapes this ball beautifully on the forehand. You watch this going to come right down the line. Beautifully done by Velickovic. Needs a few more of those to get back in this first game.
It's got to credit the camera crew as well. That's a great angle. Easy forehand put away there from Sobeck, and he's feeling it. He has been the aggressor here early on.
Yeah, well, that's something that I'm noticing with Velickovic. He just doesn't have the touch yet up at the kitchen line there like Sobeck does, and being able to roll that ball back behind in that cat and mouse game.
Just wide. that goes back to the length of time that these two have been playing. Velickovic's been playing a month. William Sobeck's been playing since he was 4.
2-6.
Little fist pump. Velickovic trying to get himself back into it.
Well, much better job there from Velickovic, and now he had Sobeck fully extended on that, and that's what he's got to do. If he wants to play that power game, he's got to get him sideline to sideline so he can open up some holes and some alleys.
Oh, the touch from Sobeck to land it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
No look backhand.
All paddle control right there. Wrist already cocked, knew exactly where he was going with that ball.
Going for the ATP, couldn't quite shape it around the post.
Yeah, better angle there from Velickovic. Took that ball nice and early. Missing that serve, though.
Service error gives the serve back over to Sobeck, up 6-3 here in game number 1. Nice placement into the corner.
Well, good little chip from Velickovic in the middle of that point to keep Sobeck back, and then he controlled that kitchen line from there on out. Again, that's how Velickovic is going to win this, is if he can get Sobeck moving side to side and keep him off the court.
Easier said than done, Dom.
I mean, and he was off the court, but again, the angle from Sobeck, just so good. And you, Chad, you pointed it out. He sets that angle with his paddle and his wrist early. So all he's really doing is catching the ball. Everyone thinks he's hitting it. He's just catching it on the paddle face.
Yeah, good ball from Velickovic right there. Again, heavy backspin. That ball stays down. No chance for Sobeck to try to hit a passing shot with that one. That's where he's got to roll that or drop that.
Catches the top of the tape, forces another side out. That is 8 straight service sides traded without a point.
I mean, the thing with these balls that Sobeck's hitting too is the touch on them. He's deadening the ball so well.
Oh, the hands!
Well, Velickovic really didn't hide that one from Sobeck. Sobeck read it perfectly, was on it as soon as it came off the paddle.
And then pushes the ball long as Sobeck completely in control here in game number 1, extending that lead to 8-3.
8-3.
Finally able to put it away with the forehand is Velickovic. But the court coverage from Sobeck, you all have talked about how well he moves. What is it that makes Sobeck such a good mover?
It's anticipation. He anticipates where Velickovic's going to hit it before he even does. So as Velickovic is going to hit a cross-court backhand, Sobeck's already moving there. And so he anticipates as well as anybody. Even right there, you see as he pulled Velickovic to his forehand, Sobeck was moving with the ball. So he had that part closed off. As that ball comes back over, he's there.
Misses the forehand. How many points ahead are you thinking in a rally?
How many points or how many
shots?
How many shots?
Say shots.
I mean, typically it's 2. You're hitting your ball, you're setting it up to go to that next spot, and that's exactly what Sobeck's doing, right? Let's say he pushes a ball out wide, he's already anticipating and recognizing from the high percentage areas that Velickovic is going to go down the line. He knows from that, then he's going to go cross court, and then it kind of just continues feeding into it.
It was a nice backhand put away by Velickovic. Work to do, trailing 4-8. Sobeck going for the backhand, cut it just too fine.
Yeah, I tried to cut that one a little too much, tried to deaden it.
1 minute.
Let's go, Book.
We've seen shadow swinging right there.
Sobeck takes a timeout. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the success that Will Sobeck has had earlier this year.
Hello, my name is William Sobek. I am 18 years old and I am from Key West, Florida. I started pickleball 15 years ago when I was 4. My dad was playing tennis on the local tennis courts over there. He brought out a pickleball paddle one day and I didn't have a babysitter at the time, so I just joined him and I just been hitting pickleball ever since then. I just saw APP Tour came around, so I just thought to myself, I might as well try a couple. And I mean, ever since then, I've been playing APPs. So far it's doing really well, and I'm continuing this tour, for this fall as well. So it's really enjoyable. I'm hoping to get a title. That'll be really exciting for me, and hopefully end the year off with my best results. Try to get at least top 10, top 5, and hopefully top 1 at one point. Just keep fighting for it and pushing myself to be the best I can be. This is a game where all 4 players in the court is very connected in a way. So it's very enlightening. It's very friendly. It's very warm environment, especially where I came from. Key was very welcoming and friendly over there. So it's true a pure emotion of just happiness, and of course there's some competitiveness, but it's truly a great feeling being on the court every day.
Learning a little bit more about William Sobeck, but if he continues to have this kind of success and show up on Championship Sunday, people are going to know him a lot more.
Come on, Book.
Time in.
Velickovic back on serve, trailing 5-8. And a fist pump.
The crowd reacting to that one, too. It's a very heavily favored Velickovic crowd here early on in this game, first game.
Feels like he's won over some fans with his personality. Comes up short on the backhand. What better spot for personality, though? Billie Jean King USCA National Tennis Center. This is the home of players with a big personality. Velickovic goes cross court.
Yeah, good setup from Velickovic there. He started to take some pace off the balls as well. Sobeck's going to rely on that pace to create the angles like we already discussed. He sets the paddle early and he's just catching it. If he's forced to now have to put something on it, some of those balls are going to stay up.
Just wide.
Now, he does miss that ball, but I like that. And it's exactly what you're hitting on, Chad, is the pace of that ball. He took something off and put some shape on it. He just went a little wide.
That's a good inside-out forehand there from Sobeck.
Come on, Book.
9-6.
Overhead put away.
Okay, Book.
A nice ball there from Velickovic again. He goes 3 times at the same spot behind William Sobeck. And Sobeck not able to get a paddle on the last one, but Velickovic got some work to do as Sobeck's within 2
Go, Book.
of ending the first game.
6-9. 6-9. Just beautiful shot making there from William Sobeck.
Yeah, Velickovic has to make that ball bounce. It sits up. Sobeck can take that ball out of the air, cut down the reaction time.
Forehand misses just wide. You could see, though, what Sobeck was thinking, trying to thread that needle down the line.
6-9.
Uh-oh, man down.
Velickovic takes the tumble as Sobeck gets the easy put away. Serbian quickly up to his feet.
And how easy is it for Sobeck to miss that ball, too, because you got Velickovic going down into the stands almost, and then a wide open court.
9-6.
Catches the top of the tape, so Sobeck not able to extend the lead as Velickovic earns another side out.
It's a good deep ball there from Velickovic. Gets behind the body of Sobeck on that forehand side.
Come on, move.
6-9.
Sobeck with the backhand into the net, and Velickovic another come on.
Yeah, it's a good point construction again from Velickovic. He keeps going to the same spot. He's double and tripling up on Sobeck.
7-9.
He's reading that Sobeck is anticipating.
Oh, what a shot!
Good court coverage there from Velickovic.
Both players headed for the towels as Velickovic has cut Sobeck's lead down to 9-8 here in game number 1 of the men's gold medal match. Well played by Sobeck.
I like it there from Velickovic trying to go back cross court with that drop. If he gets that over, Sobeck's in trouble. He'll be bailing himself out from the backhand side.
Oh, he missed it. Pushed the backhand just long, and it gives Sobeck game point.
Well, that's the difficulty with those floating balls. Sobeck doesn't put a lot on that. Velickovic tries to do too much, and it's so easy to push that ball long, which is what we just saw. Very good job from Sobeck changing speeds right there. He's stretching Velickovic out. Yes, Velickovic has made a little bit of a run here, but Sobeck is still really changing eye levels, changing speed, changing location on Velickovic.
Well, what he's doing, he's playing, and it's nothing bad against Velickovic, but Sobeck knows how to play singles pickleball, and he's using pretty much everything he's learned over the dozen years that he's been playing to his advantage right now. Change of pace, movement, what he wants to do, his anticipation, he's all using it to his advantage. Velickovic is going off of pure athleticism right now to stay in this. Once he learns those little nuances, he's going to be very dangerous. Not that he isn't very dangerous right now.
Velickovic taking a timeout, trailing 10-8 as Sobeck has the first game point of the match. And if you're Sobeck, you're not used to playing on Championship Sunday, how hard is it to close these games out and finally earn yourself a chance at that first gold medal?
Well, I think it's a little easier on Williams' side than it is Velickovic's side, because Williams' been here. He's done that, not on Championship Sunday, but he's been in matches like this before against top players in the world before. So I think he has just a little bit of an advantage.
And game 1 does indeed go to William Sobeck, 11-8. And we will be right back with game 2 action here from Championship Court. You're watching the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.
We all love pickleball because it's a sport you can play with the whole family, and now the little ones can play too. Introducing the Ben Johns Jr. paddle and the Megalodon paddle that both feature smaller grips, lightweight and durable construction, and a fun design that the kids are going to love.
Ah, retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ah, isn't it wonderful to be retired?
Hi, I'm Matt Wright, proud ambassador of Original Penguin.
Welcome back to the men's singles gold medal match here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. Velickovic, the unseeded qualifier, taking on the 7th seed William Sobeck. These two met previously in the winner's bracket final, and it played out very similar to this. Sobeck won game number 1, 11-7, and then Velickovic changed up the strategy, took the next 2 games to earn his way into Championship Sunday.
Yeah, and again, it's a great, that's the great thing about that double elimination bracket. You can come back. We'll see if it's the same thing here for Velickovic after dropping game number 1.
That has been the theme of the tournament for Velickovic in 3 of his 4 matches versus seeded opponents. He's lost the first game and found a way to win. And immediately Sobeck able to force a side out.
Yeah, Velickovic is there just a little flat on that forehand. Sobeck looking to continue to move Velickovic around. Yeah.
Beautiful passing shot.
Just a veteran shot right there. Sobeck holds it on his paddle. He waits. He sees Velickovic take a step to his right, goes right back behind.
Velickovic slaps it long.
It's a little too big of a swing from Velickovic on the forehand side there, but good job from Sobeck disguising the direction. We got some jets going on, man. They're wow.
We called it the flyover.
That's an F-16.
Holy cow. Another one coming.
Sobeck puts it down the line. Guys, as a player, how much does this noise, and there's always a regular level of noise that goes along with athletic competition, but how much does noise like that play into being able to keep your focus?
I couldn't hear
Didn't hear a single word you said, Dorian, and you're right. And in my headset.
Yeah, again, and I would have, if I'm playing at that point with 2 F-16s going over, I'm just like, put my hand, here comes another one. Putting my hand up to a referee.
This one not as low, though.
0-4. It is 0-4 here in game 2. Beautiful cut there from Sobeck. Chad, what were you saying about this one not as low?
I was wrong. I will admit it.
4-0.
Again, wide on the forehand. At what point does he need to take a timeout?
I was
2 points ago.
Yes, literally about to say I'm surprised he has not taken a timeout yet.
Finishes that backhand through the court.
Yeah, but again, Sobeck just playing really clean, really well right now. He's got everything going. Velickovic gets the side out, but if he gives up another point here and he's still on 0, I'm calling the timeout for sure.
You gonna call it for him?
Would be totally illegal.
0-5.
Good effort from Velickovic, but Sobeck was there ready and waiting.
Yeah, too good of an angle from Sobeck that, again, does an excellent job of setting that angle, using the pace of Velickovic's ball to then put that angle down.
Got a little bit too big there at the net.
Little bait ball almost from Sobeck. He flips it up there, and Velickovic trying to punish that.
Still no timeout.
No.
6-0.
Touch on that cross-court shot.
Yeah, nice control from Velickovic. He just pulls this back across his body. Nice and calm. Just rolls that back over out of the reach of Sobeck.
0-6.
overhead in the court for Sobeck. Dom, you and Chad keep talking about how surprised you are that Velickovic hasn't taken a timeout. Does that go back to his heavy tennis background?
6-0.
I mean, you could say yes, you could say no. I mean, I think it's all personal preference here, and again, trying to ride out the storm, but you're going to get one here. But Chad and I both would have said, hey, we would have called one probably at 3 or 4 when Sobek went on a run like that, but he waits till 7-0, and right now this is an enormous hole to try and dig out of here in game 2.
Velickovic won the meeting between these two the first time around in the winner's bracket final, so Sobeck will need to win both games and then force another if he wants to take the gold medal here in the men's singles at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.
So yeah, it's a tough battle here and a big hill to climb for Velickovic here in game number 2. Now the one good thing, and Chad, we always talk about it, is Velickovic does have something in his back pocket, and it's the game to 15 because he's coming out of that winner bracket. So he does have that. But again, you don't want to have to use that if you don't have to. So he's going to try and grind here, but he does have that in his back pocket to use.
Yeah, I mean, right now, yes, we talk about how long it took him to take a timeout. I think more so it's like, hey, if I don't win this, I'm going to use a couple toward the end, try to find some momentum going into that game to 15. I would almost say that's what his strategy is going to be here, but who knows? We'll see.
He's Dom Catalano. He's Chad Edwards. I'm Dorian Kraft. Thank you so much for joining us here on Championship Sunday in the men's gold medal match.
Ooh.
Late call.
Just one.
Did not miss by much. Velickovic earns the side out.
0-7.
Oh, beautiful angle from Velickovic to get on the board.
That's the second time he's done that right there, where William has dropped to his forehand side, and then Velickovic pulling cross court for the winner.
Really nice pickup from Sobeck in the middle of that point to get it back over the net.
Yeah, the big one is that final angle on the backhand side there. Forces Velickovic to go over the high part of the net.
Finally, Velickovic finds some space down the line, but Sobeck just getting to everything right now.
Well, calm, cool, and collected was Velickovic. He could have easily overhit a couple of those balls that Sobeck's getting back just out of pure annoyance.
1-7.
But he doesn't, stays calm, finishes the point.
Sends the lob just wide.
Yeah, good return there from Sobeck, adding a little extra backspin. And the missed return by Velickovic.
8-1.
Velickovic will get back on serve, but work to do, down 1-7. Velickovic, the heavy tennis background, played collegiately at VCU in Coastal Carolina. Just misses down the line. I don't think any of us would be surprised to know that Velickovic was a 2-time all-conference selection during his college career, given the way that his ground strokes have translated.
No, he's got great form, good technique. He's very clean, strikes the ball well.
Oh,
Sobeck had it.
Yeah, wide open court there from Sobeck. Couple of good rolls from Velickovic, but Sobeck had set himself up well.
Should Velickovic be able to work his way back into that game, we may be looking at that point as the turning point. forehand into the net.
Sobeck changing his volley positioning there, trying to add a little bit of swing, catches that ball late. Usually he's taking those balls out in front nice and early. Yeah, that ball
landed just on the line.
Well, you can tell that one hit the line. It literally hit and just slid straight through.
Reminder to everybody watching, since Sobeck coming through the back draw, even if he wins this game, he forces the tiebreaker. Oh, what a point.
Oh, if Velickovic gets that, this crowd is going to erupt right here as he's running dead sprint to his forehand side and tries to pull it back across his body for the winner, but clips the top of the net.
9-3.
9-3. Oh, just inside the corner, and a roar from William Sobeck.
Unbelievable gets.
I don't know how he stayed out of the kitchen on that backhand side.
Because as he hit that, Chad, too, I was watching his momentum, and I'm like, he's falling in. And he didn't. And Joanna Corker, our referee, she was all over it watching him, and I think she's anticipating it too, but nothing.
Velickovic calls a timeout, trailing at 3-10. But I want to go back to the ball that Sobeck missed that was wide open. What does it say about his mental strength that he was able to regroup and then really bear down here on Velickovic to earn game point here in game number 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, the big thing's you're going to make errors, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to miss wide open shots. The adjustment and where it really comes into focus is if that starts to snowball, now you're big time trouble. But he changes his spot. Instead of going right on the line, he brings it maybe a foot inside the line. So now you have that variable and that variation for timing. I mean, Sobeck at 18 is very, very mentally tough when he needs to be.
An opportunity here for Sobeck to double dip Velickovic, meaning he takes the 2 out of 3 here, and then he would have to take the game to 15, and that will be what we call a double dip in pickleball, where he wins both.
Oh,
That
sneaky!
is exactly what will happen. William Sobeck forces a double dip. We will head to a game to 15 to decide the men's gold medal match.
Yeah, we'll take another look at a couple of these replays. That's the one. Yeah, right inside the line. He goes from the backhand side where we thought he was going to fall into the kitchen. Now this is the little slide. Moves left with the body like he's going to go cross court and then just changes back behind.
Championship tiebreaker ahead here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.
The APP is presented by USA Pickleball, Penguin, and Consumer Cellular.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Isn't it wonderful to be retired?
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
The APP is presented by Yola, Franklin, Leo Rivet, and Pickleball United.
There's only one winner, just one way out. With every single break comes crashing down. There's only one. Face.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
There's only one winner, just one way out. With every single break comes crashing down. There's only one.
The APP is presented by Skechers, Power Plate, Pickleball Central, and Selker.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time.
002. Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
The APP is presented by Franklin, Pickleball Magazine, and Level Up.
Welcome back to the men's gold medal match here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. We are just about ready to get the championship tiebreak underway. Velickovic has just asked for a medical timeout. So he will get that taken care of, and we will get our championship tiebreaker underway in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're going to want to see the conclusion of this match. You're watching the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. At the unofficial end of summer, the grounds will belong to the U.S. Open, but for now, the Billie Jean King USTA National Tennis Center, just next to Arthur Ashe Stadium, belongs to pickleball. The Boca Raton APP New York City Open men's gold medal match. We're going to be going to a championship tiebreaker because William Sobeck came through the back draw, won both games, going up against qualifier Velickovic.
Yeah, and this is what we call, basically, Velickovic has a game to 15 in his back pocket because this is his first loss, or that was his first loss that William just beat him. So now they'll play one game to 15 for the title here. But again, now Velickovic taking a medical timeout here. As they got back on court, they had to officially do that. They called the score. And then Velickovic takes the medical timeout, which is a 15-minute timeout. He has up to 15 minutes to get ready and get back on court. If he's not able to, he technically is allowed to use both of his timeouts, which are only a minute. So that'll give him 2 more minutes. But in the grand scheme of things, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, not too much of a difference. But we'll see after this medical timeout.
Velickovic being worked on. Meanwhile, William Sobeck staying loose around the kitchen line just to stay warm. Based on the way that the winner's bracket final went between these two, are either of you surprised about the way this match has gone?
Well, I think what it is, we kind of questioned it before coming in that Velickovic had a couple of days rest. He should be feeling good. But what has come back is the 2 days back-to-back between the qualifiers and the main draw on Thursday, those 8 singles matches. We talk about tennis being in tennis conditioning and pickleball conditioning. Those 2 days, Velickovic has stiffened up, and we're seeing it right now between the hamstrings, the hips, the back. He's really not moving well on the court. Sobeck is conditioned for pickleball. He moves a lot. He plays a lot. He's used to this constant kind of small step sprint mentality, where Velickovic, his body just is kind of fighting him a little bit right now.
Yeah, it's exactly it, right? We talk about the going from pickleball conditioning and tennis conditioning. You talk about tennis being a marathon, pickleball being a sprint. Two totally different conditioning kind of scenarios, but you're on the same team, but it's two totally different kind of training scenarios.
Velickovic, coming from that heavy tennis background, only started playing pickleball a month ago when he came over from Perth, Australia on a 2-month visa, which expires, by the way, on June 15th. We're going to take another break here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. Don't go anywhere. We've got the championship tiebreaker still ahead.
Having a tough time getting better? Our 3-day Level Up Pickleball camps feature a low student pro ratio and offer personalised training from the best pros in the game. Level Up will take you full circle through the point building process by teaching proper stroke mechanics, positioning and winning game strategies. Each camper also receives a personalised before and after video, an instructional manual, product discounts and more. Discover how good you can be with Level Up Pickleball camps. Visit us today at leveluppickleballcamps.com.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
The APP is presented by Pro XR, C&D Nets, Discount Tire, and PowerPoint.
Arthur Ashe Stadium and the Billie Jean King USTA National Tennis Center, one of the most prominent places in all of New York. But what do people think about pickleball in another iconic New York landmark, Central Park?
Hey APP family, it's Jay Mallard and I'm here in the heart of Times Square. We're going to see how many New Yorkers know what this little guy is. Let's go find out.
Quiet on the set.
And who am I with right now?
Kayla.
Kayla, do you know what this is?
I would say like a wiffle ball.
Looks like a toy of some sort, maybe like a dog chew. I don't know.
A T-ball.
That's your best guess.
Yes.
It's a pickleball.
What is that? Excuse me, viewers. What is that? A pickleball?
I thought it was a wiffle ball.
Do you know what this is, Teddy?
A pickleball.
There we go. Next question. Have you ever played pickleball?
I think in high school.
That is a pickleball.
Have you played pickleball?
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do now.
It's a straight pickleball. Now I know now. Research.
That was actually pickleball in Times Square as we take a look at the rules of the championship tiebreaker.
Yeah, so when you have that back draw finalist wins a 2 out of 3, which Sobeck did, we have this game to 15 to decide the gold medalist here at the Boca Raton New York City Open. But again, what we call that in pickleball, it's a double dip. If William can get this, he would double dip, meaning he won the 2 out of 3 and he wins that game to 15.
Those are the rules of the championship tie break. That's still ahead here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. Let's take a look now at pickleball going on in Central Park.
Hi, I'm Jade Mallard with APP. I'm standing in Central Park in the heart of New York City's pickleball community. City Pickle. Let's go see what all the buzz is about.
It's hard to imagine a more iconic location in New York City than Central Park, and Woolman Rink is so beautiful. I mean, you can see the skyline behind us, and we have 14 beautiful pickleball courts here, which is the largest pickleball offering in the Northeast.
Erica and I actually met in preschool, albeit our daughter's preschool. We've been friends now for 14 years, and we're frustrated by the fact that there aren't easy ways to play pickleball in New York. So we founded City Pickle to solve for that.
This installation here at Woolman Rink is many New Yorkers' first time to have access to pickleball courts, and they are so excited to be here to learn how to play pickleball, to take clinics, come to our open plays, have time to socialize with friends and family.
City Pickle has partnered with 9 different nonprofits in New York City to bring those different groups here to receive clinics and lessons and just to have fun.
We want to make sure that everyone has access to pickleball here in the city. So we want to make sure that everyone across all ages has that access and is able to come out here, learn the game, have some fun here at City Pickle.
I come with my friends, I brought my family out here, my roommates. It's really perfect for anyone, from big families to corporate events and small groups of friends.
City Pickle's vision is to put a paddle in the hand of every person living in a city. So we hope to have multiple locations across the United States, Canada, and maybe overseas to bring the joy and community to city dwellers everywhere.
I think that in 5 years, pickleball is going to be even bigger than it is today. I would love to just see the joy and the community of pickleball continue and touch many more people.
Fun with pickleball in Central Park. Fun with pickleball here in Championship Court as William Sobeck and Velickovic get set to square off in the championship tiebreaker.
0-0.
Flick down the line, lands in.
Paints the line right there for the inside out from Sobeck. Definitely going to look for Sobeck to move Velickovic around as much as he can.
A nice forehand from Velickovic. Championship tiebreaker, 1 to 15, win by 2.
Well, Velickovic will be all out here. It's full send time, 1 game to 15 for the championship. And early on that first point, Sobeck had Velickovic moving, and he came up just a little tender moving to that left side.
0-1.
Oh, off the top of the net cord, and it lands in for Velickovic.
Yeah, Velickovic almost overran that one. Just that quick flick, gets a little help from the net.
1-1.
Now it's Velickovic moving Sobeck around the court, and the Serbian lets out a yell.
He is fired up after this two-handed backhand, but what was the best part about that? He stayed so short, compact, and just finishes that down the line on Sobeck.
Extends the lead to 3-1 here in the championship tiebreaker. It's the first lead that Velickovic has had since 1-0 back in game number 1.
Yeah, he's fired up right now. He's feeling it.
In the corner, Velickovic on a roll.
Yeah, good use of pace there. A nice slow roll. Gets Sobeck to commit. Sobeck's going to take a timeout right here.
Well, this is the difference right here between Velickovic and Sobeck. Velickovic at 4-0 in game 2. He just tried to weather the storm, and Sobeck went up 7-0 before he took a timeout. Sobeck feeling it early, goes, no more. We're going to slow this train down at 4-1.
Complete role reversal here in championship tiebreak as Velickovic has roared out to a 4-1 start. What is he doing differently that he did not do in games 1 and 2?
Well, right now he's hitting very clean, but he's staying compact, right? He isn't really over-hitting. He's hit a couple winners that have been 3, 4, 5 feet inside the baseline. So he's hitting his spots better early on. Looked like he may struggle on that first point where he came up a little lame, but he's kind of found that. And again, too, it's a gold medal match. It's championship Sunday. All of a sudden you hit 1, 2 good shots. You start to forget about everything else in the lower half of your body that you may be struggling with. And now you just put it off until after the match and say, hey, we're going to fight through this and get through this. And that's what he's doing right now.
Chad, what does Sobeck need to do to cut down the momentum?
Well, he has to get Velickovic moving a little bit more. He may need to add some pace, but what Velickovic has done as far as slow it down, Sobeck's got to create some sharper angles.
Forehand push just a little long as Sobeck earns the side out of the timeout.
Well, Velickovic was there. He just overhits that forehand.
Oh, just misses down the line. He tried to sell it with the body movement like he did in game 2. This one just sliding it a little wide.
4-1. Another net cord goes the way of Velickovic.
That's the second one here early on, and both of them have resulted in points. So it's very defeating for Sobeck to have to deal with that twice, let alone give up 2 points on them as well.
Backhand into the net.
Well, the difference on those last 2 points, Sobeck's return. That return was much deeper, much more pressure. The one before that was short in the transition area.
Overcooked the forehand there.
Yeah, tried to do a little too much with it. Sobeck added a little bit of pace there as well, but Velickovic's return really didn't put any pressure on.
Sails long. Sobeck can't believe it as Velickovic gets back on serve.
Yeah, it looked like that ball might drop, but it just kept carrying, end up about a foot out.
Let's go, Vuk.
Velickovic slow to the baseline. Up 5-2. Another net cord. That's 3.
Half his points off let cords right now, and Sobeck just can't believe it.
No better example of how this game is a matter of inches than 3 net cords resulting in 3 points here in the championship tiebreak. Velickovic had it, wanted to go cross court.
I mean, it doesn't look pretty, those blocks by Sobeck, but he gets to all of them on full extension. And then to keep it in play and make Velickovic hit a mistake.
What a rally from both players.
I mean, Velickovic just moving Sobeck all around the court, sliding everywhere. Sobeck trying to keep that ball back in play, keep the pressure on.
Oh, how did he hit it?
No way!
What a winner from Velickovic!
Oh, he lets out a huge scream, and I'm not sure, was he looking up at us? Was he thinking that we're doubting him right now? Because there's no way Unbelievable forehand winner cross court for Velickovic.
7-2.
And Sobek with the response.
We always talk about 2, though, Chad. You go from the 2 out of 3 to the game to 15. They're 2 totally separate games, right? Sobek controlled the 2 out of 3. Now it's all Velickovic.
Another thunderous forehand. But Dom, why are they different?
Because again, you have to separate it. You have to, as a player, separate it, especially for Velickovic. Okay, I lost a 2 out of 3. Boom, slate's clean. I got a game to 15. Nothing matters before that. It's all in the past. It's history. Move forward, and that's exactly what these players do.
7-2.
Oh, there's number 4.
Net cord. Sobek takes the hat off. He cannot believe what is happening right now.
4 out of 8 points. We're not talking side outs. We're talking every single one of his points that he's gotten off a let cord resulted in an actual point. This is absolutely crazy. But Velickovic reaches the first checkpoint. It is get the end change on your terms. So he's got to 8. He's in control. Next one, can I get to double digits first? So who gets to 10 first? Then it's who can get to 13. Because as soon as you get to 13, now your opponent's like, okay, they're in the teens. We're only 2 points away from me losing this. So you have those 3 checkpoints, 8, 10, and 13. Velickovic reaches the first one in control, and he doubles up Sobeck 8-4.
In talking to Velickovic earlier in the week, something that he mentioned, especially going up against Hunter Johnson, is he felt no pressure. As a qualifier who was unseeded, who played his way in, he had nothing to lose. How much is that coming into play here after Sobeck took game 1 and 2?
So, sorry, I'm just looking at Velickovic doesn't realize that he has to switch ends here. Now he does.
And leaves the drinks.
Yeah.
Lined up perfectly.
No, I mean, completely. You're coming in as the young underdog, going through the qualies, going through the main draw. There's no pressure on you whatsoever. So now, coming into today, yeah, he's put a little bit of pressure on himself because he's come through on the winners bracket side.
8-2 Velickovic.
Oh, that
Net
was
court
almost
Sobek
5.
was ready for it.
That was almost 5.
I was holding my breath as that ball popped up off the light cord. I'm like, oh my God, no way.
Sobeck back on serve. Work to do, trailing 2-8 in the championship tiebreaker. Both line judges called it wide.
Yeah, but so this the line judge here called Sobeck's ball wide. Then the line judge over here on Sobeck's side called Velickovic.
Was there an audible call? I didn't hear one.
Wide.
Passing shot up the line. Velickovic getting the crowd into it.
He was anticipating the let cord. That ball was coming over. Sobeck double clutched because he thought it was going to hit the let cord, and it went past him clean.
Well, one thing Velickovic has done as well is he's taken some pace and added more shape.
Oh, it lands it.
Wow.
Everything going the way of Velickovic.
And Sobeck twisted an ankle a little bit on that as he was coming back cross court. May see a timeout here. No, we get nothing.
Crowd getting into it here on championship court. Well played by Sobeck.
Yeah, Sobek took a lot of the pace out of that volley there, forced Velickovic to go sideline to sideline and forward.
Come on, Bo.
210. Forehand finds the bottom of the net, and if you're William Sobeck, you have to feel like nothing is going your way in this tiebreaker.
No, not at all right now. Everything is just going the way of Velickovic. Here's the crowd on every ball. They're hanging on to everything here.
As they should. This is what we would expect out of a championship tiebreaker.
That was deep. That ball just kept sailing on him.
We've seen that a couple times out of Velickovic. He cuts his return on the forehand, and when he doesn't hit through it and kind of jabs at it, it gains more and sails a little longer.
Velickovic calling a timeout.
I don't mind it here. All of a sudden, maybe a little bit of momentum for Sobeck. I mean, only 1 point, but he calls this timeout now. Maybe slow the momentum as Sobeck might be gaining a little bit.
We've seen Velickovic play around with timeouts throughout the course of this tournament. Oftentimes, he'll call a timeout right after his opponent calls a timeout and really try to use that mentally to his advantage.
Yeah, and again, you could use that as almost gamesmanship, right? Playing around. You see some of the players will be like, almost get back up to the line. They're like, oh, wait, I'm going to go towel off real quick, walk back. All that gamesmanship between players, you see it in everything, in every sport, and including pickleball as well.
Velickovic up 10-3 here in the championship tiebreaker. This tiebreaker has been so different from the 2 games before it. That cannot be understated in the way that Velickovic has come out here, run out to a 10-3 lead. William Sobeck, first championship Sunday, looking for his first gold medal, finding himself trailing 3-10.
Oh.
Velickovic pushes the forehand long.
He got so big on that forehand that he almost fell into the kitchen, and then it threw off his balance for the rest of the point.
Beautifully played from Sobeck, and a fist pump for the crowd.
Well, good anticipation by Sobeck, because that point could have been over about 4 shots ago. But Sobeck anticipated to his backhand side so well, and he controlled that point from there.
So deep in the court. Those shots from Velickovic, so difficult to return.
Yeah, well, if Sobeck doesn't get that ball below the net or doesn't make that ball bounce, Velickovic can take that ball out of the air, cut down the reaction time, the anticipation time of Sobeck, and it's so difficult to try to catch up. Oh, serve from the wrong side.
He's got 10.
He's got 10. He served from the odd side.
Another difference between pickleball and tennis, you can serve from the wrong side. Did not ask the ref either if he was in the correct position.
Tell you this, William didn't move either.
Well, that happened in the bronze medal match against Medina Alvarez. Medina Alvarez was leading in the 3rd game, serve from the wrong side, and that was the beginning of the end for Medina Alvarez. Good response there from Velickovic.
Oh. Wow.
Now, if he's yelling at William because of that, I'm sorry, it's not right. It's not William's job to get to the right side to serve.
Yeah.
And now we're trading emotions here, stepping everything up on championship
Here
court.
we go. Here we go.
Dom, you've been saying, though, you wanted to see this from pickleball. You're getting it right here.
It was civil up until this point. Now we're...
Oh, it kissed the line.
It was close, but yeah, it looked like it did get right on that line, on the baseline. with a very pro Velickovic crowd here. They're wanting to see the underdog come through.
Traded 10-5, 6 service sides. Full extension, Sobeck can't get it over the net.
Yeah, good ball down the sideline there from Velickovic. Sobeck, full extension, gets that one off the end of the paddle. He tried to change it up, but he rushed it.
He's so fast through that ball. Instead of being nice and smooth, just like you said, Chad, rushes it and just gets over the top of it.
An absolute battle between these two going on right now. Velickovic, 12-5.
11-5.
11-5.
Side out. Just side out. Sorry.
Got excited.
You're excited too.
I
It's
was.
okay.
I know.
Okay.
11-5.
Oh, that ball was out.
Yeah.
That ball was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William won that point twice. Serve was long, and then he puts away the forehand. He left no doubt. Crowd was like in awe too.
Overcooked the forehand.
It's there. It's open right there, but Sobeck's got to take a little bit off. I know he's trying to get more on it to get it past Velickovic.
Oh, what a shot. Cross court, catches the line.
Yeah, so he tried to do that one earlier and rushed it. This one, he just let it develop. He was looking for the roll rather than trying to hit that open court. One thing I will say, after the 10 minutes between and that medical timeout, Velickovic moving much better here in this game to 15 than he was in the first two.
Sobeck coming up with a big shot there to get back on serve.
We have to be fair. Yeah. No problem. Yes. This is only a game.
Push the backhand wide.
Well, that's what Sobeck needs to do. He needs to go fastball changeup, meaning drop shot drive, change the speeds up and keep Velickovic guessing.
Just a little late on that forehand. He was trying to go down the line and pull Velickovic out wide, but going for too much.
Velickovic back on serve at 12-6. Oh, what a shot.
So Velickovic is going over to Joanna Corker, talking about in the middle of the point, the crowd was talking, saying something. Velickovic is not appreciative of it.
Somebody in the crowd said yes, not thinking that Velickovic was going to get to that ball.
And regardless, it's a side out for Sobeck. The quality of shot making here in this championship's tiebreaker has been exceptional.
Well, that's just great control by Velickovic right there. He could have easily overhit any of those drops by Sobeck, but he doesn't. Played under control. I like that from him right now.
Referee timeout. We have a problem on the court.
Problem on the court. The problem is, I think a part of the surface has come off a little bit.
In a situation like this, when a championship tiebreaker, the momentum has been with Velickovic. How does this perhaps help Sobeck take an extended break, try to reset here?
Well, it's not a bad thing for Sobeck. It's worse thing for Velickovic because he's cruising along, feeling really good. any kind of timeout is not going to be good for Velickovic right now. He wants to keep this train moving. He's only 3 points away from ending this and taking home the gold medal.
A brief timeout as both players head back to their respective ends. Velickovic will be on serve, 12-6 in the championship tie-break, first to 15, win by 2 after Sobeck double-dipped Velickovic in the men's gold medal final. So this one to decide it all.
Yeah, I think for here, Sobeck needs to make a few of these balls bounce, force Velickovic to kind of go over the high part of the net.
Ooh. Just wide.
Just wide.
Both line judges on the side. Calls that ball wide.
Take it and look at it here. I'm not going to call it.
A service error from Sobeck. Uncharacteristic.
See, Velickovic makes that ball bounce and pulls Sobeck out wide. That's what Sobeck has not been able to do here in the game to 15 that he was doing in games 1 and 2.
And Sobeck calling a timeout as Velickovic is pulled within 2 points of taking this men's gold medal final. Dom, this is the final checkpoint you were talking about, is first to 13.
Yeah,
what happens now?
It's dangerous now for Sobeck because now you know and you have that feeling of any mistake I make on my return, on a volley when he's serving, that'll give him match point. So this is a dangerous spot for Sobeck. He needs this side out really bad here. And then we always talk about getting 1 point at a time. Yes, that's the goal, but Sobeck needs to score in bunches here. 2-3 at a time, then get a side out. 2-3 more at a time just to get back in this.
This championship tiebreaker has lived up to expectation based on the way that the winner's bracket final has gone. And now Velickovic within 2 points of capturing the men's gold medal here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. There it is, the mind game timeout.
Hey.
I know you're for gamesmanship, Dom. What do you think?
I don't think it's good for Velickovic.
No.
If I'm him, I want to go. Why
you just froze yourself.
Why are you giving Sobeck any more time? This is the issue. Like, you're in the lead here. You're controlling the whole match, and you want to slow it down? For me, it doesn't make any sense. Now, he could easily get away with this because he's up by so much. But again, why would you want to slow your momentum down when you're rolling?
Or at least come back and play 1 point if you really want another.
Yeah.
If you really want another timeout. Yeah, and you're on serve.
Right now, this is you want more time on championship court at this point.
Well, this is a match worthy of extending, as this championship tiebreaker has completely flipped the script from games 1 and 2, where it looked like 7th-seeded Will Sobeck in control, and the unseeded qualifier, Velickovic. Thank you. I've gotten him right more than you have today.
And he can come out here right now and just prove us all wrong and score 2 points in like 5 seconds.
This has been his method throughout the entire tournament.
So.
Passing shot down the line on the backhand. Velickovic within 1 point of the gold medal. He heard you, Dom.
He did. That's fine. I love it. Hey. That's why we're in the booth.
Championship point. Sobeck able to fight it off.
Good read by Sobeck there. It was smart by Velickovic to roll that one, make that ball bounce. Sobeck just anticipated a little bit better.
important point for Sobeck. He's fired up, trying to get himself back into this.
Well, great hands right there. He reads where Velickovic is going to go, just gets his pedal down, blocks that to the open area.
Yeah, push that ball wide. That ball was wide. Last 2 points, Sobeck has made the ball bounce. Those are the first 2 balls that he's made bounce here in the game to 15.
Right into the body of Sobeck, and Velickovic earns another opportunity at championship point.
Well, he went right at him, center mass, Chad. We talk about it all the time, drive right at the body, and that's exactly what Velickovic did right there.
Come on, Luke, come on.
Now Velickovic with championship point number 2. The defense from Sobeck to stay in that point.
That ball just painting lines right there from Sobeck.
You almost hung yourself on your your headphone cord right there. You're
excited,
going outside of the booth to try to see that ball. Not over yet. Not over yet.
Crowd starting to get into it a little bit more for Sobeck here.
Now, here's my question.
You wasted a timeout.
Does Velickovic have any left?
No.
He has none.
You wasted a timeout.
This is where I want to take it.
Yeah.
He took a timeout up 10-3.
Sobeck missed
leaves
that
it
one.
short.
Yeah, you can't miss that one in that situation.
Slow walk to the towel and return to the baseline. Championship point number 3. Oh, he missed it. Going for the winner on championship point.
It's just getting tighter and tighter.
Uh-oh.
Where's the timeout?
There is none.
There is none.
Wow.
Sobeck fired up.
Controlled. Now, here's the thing. You look at the crowd right here. And you've got, yes, we've had some vocal people for Velickovic. However, the established players of the APP are on the Sobeck side right now, cheering him on. Oh, that's too good
it's
of a
on
ball.
the line. What a shot in a pressure moment from Velickovic.
Yeah, too good of a ball there. I mean, hits it as deep and as wide as you can possibly go.
Championship point number 4.
Oh, and gets the net cord, and it goes out.
Not that time. If that happened,
He had
Sobeck,
too much pace.
Oh my goodness, Sobeck would have lost his mind.
Oh, that's 3. 3.
No timeouts left.
Sobeck has come all the way back down 14-6. It's now 13-14. Velickovic, smart decision to go behind Sobeck to earn the side out.
Well, it was a controlled forehand. He knew where he had to go. He went to the sideline. Good job by Velickovic.
First to 15, win by 2, so still championship point, 5th try. And he
Misses it wide. Velickovic trying to go for too much here. The movement of Sobeck forcing him to go as fine as he possibly can down the sidelines. Sobek needs to make the ball bounce or at least get below the net. The issues he's having is when Velickovic can take that ball above the net.
Championship point number 6. Velickovic can't handle the dig.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right now, Chad, it's all about Sobek hitting a drop third here.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's got to make this ball bounce to Velickovic.
Wow.
Oh, what a point! Back corner pocket from Velickovic.
I mean, I thought Sobek had it on that first angle. Velickovic comes across, goes back cross-court behind.
6 times we have played 14-13. And now it will be yet another championship point. Oh, what a save!
Gets it off the end of the paddle, and that helps. It just dies as it hits the court.
Legs. He's got no timeout. He's spent right now.
Sobeck comes all the way back to tie it at 14.
The next match, Alex Strong and Simone Jardim are so into this on the sideline right now, and they have to play next.
Missed it.
We missed it.
Missed it.
And after saving 7 championship points, Will Sobeck to serve for the men's gold medal.
There it is.
And he missed it! For the first time, Will Sobeck is golden. He wins the men's singles at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.
Wow. All the APP plays coming out.
This is insane. This is so awesome. You got the Johnson brothers, Simone Jardim. There's Dad Rusty Sobeck coming out to congratulate him. Absolutely love it for William Sobeck. And a great match by Velickovic. My tongue is tied. Velickovic. Absolutely awesome. Chet, thoughts on this for William Sobeck and Velickovic?
I mean, we talked about how mentally tough Sobeck is when he needs to be, and he just proved it right there. But ultimately, it comes back to what you said. Yes, you want to have some gamesmanship. Yes, you want to try to play some mental games. Velickovic killed a timeout when he didn't need to, and when he needed that timeout going down the stretch to kill that momentum, he didn't have anything.
No, and we were laughing about it right at the time. It was 13-6, and we're like, he burns the timeout just in some gamesmanship. And then when it got closer, we're looking, going, well, he needs it. He really needs a timeout here, and he couldn't take it because he didn't have one, because he had burned one up 10-2 earlier as well, and that comes to bite him in the backside at the end of the game, where he needed a break, needed to get his legs back underneath him, and needed to get his head straight, and he couldn't do it, Chad. Well, we will take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will hear from both Velickovic and William Sobeck about this match. Don't go anywhere.
This is the last bottle of Fat Tire. The last of over 750 million bottles ever made. The last of a beer icon. And this is Doug, who hasn't a clue. So he's just doing Doug things. Dang it, Doug! Anyway, we've changed our recipe. Crisper, brighter, still carbon neutral. This is the first of an all-new Fat Tire.
What an absolute comeback for William Sobeck here on championship court. Chad, thoughts?
I mean, ultimately the difference maker is Sobeck, mentally tough, kept fighting through that, but he started making those balls drop, getting it below the net, pushing Velickovic around, and he just could not close it out. So tough by Sobeck. You see a couple of the other APP players running out on the court right there. What else can you say?
Well, congratulations to both these guys. We're going to throw it down to Dorian Kraft, who is with both Sobeck and Velickovic.
Let's give it up once again. William Sobeck, your men's gold medalist here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. We're going to get to you in just a second, Will. We'll give you a rest for a minute. I know you're a little tired. Vuk, we have to talk about you because to start with, you have captured the spirit here at the grounds, had a lot of people on your side. But the big question is, you said after you beat Hunter Johnson, I've only been playing pickleball a month. Wait till I've been playing 1 year. What does your run here tell you about what you're going to be able to do in this sport?
Oh, I mean, I just hope I can come out and compete in front of a crowd like this. I honestly don't think there's any better feeling in the world. I'm very competitive, so losing hurts. For William to come back and beat me like that, it should hurt, but I'm so happy. I mean, thank you guys so much for supporting. It's incredible, Will, like, unreal, man. The mental toughness you had, you made me work for every point. I wish I could say I choked, but you just outplayed me, and congratulations. I hope to play you again sometime.
Well, congratulations on your silver medal. Here's Ken Herman. It's well-deserved. Let's give it up for Vuk Velickovic, everyone. Come on. Congratulations. Yep, you're good. And now it's time for our gold medal interview powered by Franklin. Will, Vuk told you after you lost the winner's bracket final match that he hoped you won through the bronze medal match so that you two could play again. What was the difference between that match and this one for you?
Most importantly, being in the game, just keeping balls in, keep the composure going. You don't want to do overdoing stuff. You just want to stay to the basics, keep the ball flowing, keep the game, keep moving. So it's so many emotions right now. It's my first gold on the APP tour. Just want to say thank you guys for supporting me. Are amazing, the New York crowd. Thank you, everyone. You all really made the experience worthwhile. It's pretty amazing to be here, and he did such a great job. So many great shots. I mean, for those light courts in the beginning, though, that was annoying. But it was great playing. Yeah.
Well, let's just celebrate in just 1 second. One more question for you, because I think what everyone wants to know is how you kept that composure, fighting off 7 championship points before you finally got one of your own and were able to convert.
Most importantly, just keep breathing out there. I was running so much, just had to, after the point was over, I just got to keep my head down, keep focused on every single ball, and just, fight myself way out there. If I'm going home, I want to go out fighting as much as I can. So, yeah.
Congratulations, William Sobeck. Everyone give it up one more time as he gets his gold medal from Ken Herman. First-time gold medalist, and he did it here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.
Wow, what an absolute, just incredible comeback for William Sobeck and for him to get his first gold medal here on the APP Tour here in New York City at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. Chad, thoughts on William? And just the way he grinded that out here with championship point to finish it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He just was grinding and not letting up at all. Down 13-6 and then making the comeback and continuing to take it 1 point at a time. Held off 7 championship points and kept going point after point.
The the fact you saw all those players run out on court for him. Congratulations to him. We'll take a break. 2 gold medal matches down, 3 to go. Women's doubles next here on Championship Court at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.